Hey, welcome to our Better Results Faster workshop, and thanks for attending. My name is Dr. Phil Hallett, and I'm a wellness expert. I'm considered a health and wellness expert. I've been doing this for about 30 years now, and so thank you for attending. I know some of you are here, most of you are here because somebody made you. Did I make you come? Is anybody here because someone dragged you in today? All right, well, nevertheless, I think you're going to be glad you did come in regardless. You're going to learn some exciting things, and I'm excited about sharing some things with you. And I want to start off with a kind of a thought-provoking question. If we talk about health, would you say it's normal to be healthy, or is it normal to be unhealthy? Show of hands, who thinks it's normal to be healthy? Is that normal? Unhealthy. You got it. Yeah. So ambivalent. Not quite sure. You feel when you came in here to the office. I imagine I could summarize the way you felt by the word stuck. You probably felt stuck. Whatever caused you to finally pick up the phone or get online and schedule an appointment, you probably wrestled with a problem that wasn't going away, right? I know what it's like to feel stuck. I had asthma as a kid. This was before asthma was even well known, and nothing helped. I'd miss 4 and 5 days of school at a time, and I had a medical doctor tell me, I asked him as a child, I'm like, what's causing this problem? Like, is it something I can change? And he literally said, I have no idea. And so I remember that feeling, so I can relate with you. It's actually, let me answer the question, it's normal to be healthy. Now, I'm not saying it's common to be healthy. You get in some circles in like church, all they're talking about is the health maladies, health problems. So what's common is not necessarily normal. Does that make sense? So I want to help you move forward onto a path to reach your long-term goals. One long-term goal I heard recently was, I want to be able to have normal activities without pain. So to achieve those goals, there's an understanding that you're going to have that you don't have right now. All right? And a show of hands, whenever I ask some of these questions, would help me a lot, because it just makes, I got to make sure you're engaged, okay? So try to stay here with me. I didn't set my timer. Would somebody mind setting a timer for about 33 minutes? All right, cool. So let's start with some questions. So if we just talk about the health in our country right now, as far as the U.S., how much do you think we spend on healthcare? A lot, right?
Way too much.
It's about $4.5 trillion in 2022, so I can imagine it's way more now. That's about $14,000 a year per person. And there's a lot of people that don't spend that much, so you can imagine how much is being spent on some unhealthy people. Which country takes the most drugs?
We do.
The United States, exactly, by far. And then how do you think the United States stacks up with other countries in terms of overall health?
About average.
It's not even average, it's actually in the bottom. We sit on the bottom consistently. So back to we spend more than twice on healthcare per person as the next advanced industrialized country. More than twice. We take the most drugs by far. And when it comes to overall health, we sit at the bottom. So something's wrong with this picture, would you agree? Something's
Yes.
crazy about the way we handle health in our country. And what about your health? So when you came into this office and you told us your chief, what we call chief complaint, the thing that said, by golly, I cannot wait another day, I got to schedule an appointment. What if that problem did not get addressed by us and you take that problem down the road another year, 5 years, 10 more years with that same problem? Think about where you might be and how limited you might be in your life. So something's clearly wrong with the way we handle health, the way we look at health in our country, and I want to give you a definition that will be more helpful than the word health, and that is function. So get out your thesaurus and look up synonyms for the word health, and you're going to see a couple words that we use around here a lot. One of them is function. If all the working parts of your body that we can't even quantify, there's so many, are working properly, that means you're going to be healthy. So to be in health, things have to be functioning right. Does that make sense? Health equals function. We've been brainwashed, taught through subliminal messages by watching TV that you're either sick or you're healthy, right? So like if someone was to say I'm healthy, and you say, well, why are you healthy? Because I'm not sick, right? And let's think about that for a minute, okay? Because we just gave a definition of function. If I'm how would you know if you're functioning properly? Sit on that for a minute. You're not either healthy or you're sick. We're actually on a continuum. If I take this all the way, stretch all the way to premature death, and then take it all the way to the right to ideal health, the best health you could possibly achieve on this planet, this is actually where you're on here somewhere right now. If we don't take care of ourselves, let's say you're right here, and weeks and months go by, you take on bad habits, you're going to start getting signs and symptoms. You aren't going to feel right. Your energy's not going to be right. You might start getting sick more than you normally did. You might find yourself having a health crisis. You might even find yourself in a doctor's office with such a crisis that they give you a diagnosis of a disease. Then disease on top of more disease, yeah, there's people that check out early, aren't they? Have you ever known somebody that gets diagnosed with an illness and you say, I don't know what happened with Joe. He was the picture of health. Thanks, I appreciate that. How about if we pick up today and start moving in this direction? I'm going to show you how to do that. So this is reality right here. We're not sick or we're healthy. We're actually, you could be manifesting no symptoms right now and be on the road to poor health and early disease, right? So what about somebody that's like we talked about in that example, somebody that's not taking care of themselves, they've been staying up late, burning the candle at both ends, they're stressed, they're sitting on the couch eating a bag of potato chips every night, drinking pop, they're not drinking enough water, they're not moving. But they aren't sick. They don't have a cold, they don't have a flu. They fall in this category. They're just not sick right now, right? But they ain't healthy. And that's called immunocompromised. My immune system's not functioning like it's supposed to. Is that important if someone's diagnosed with cancer to have their immune system working properly? Has anybody heard of an illness called an autoimmune disease? And what's going on with an autoimmune disease? Anybody can you tell me what you know about what is an autoimmune disease? What's going on?
Immune system's attacking us.
Yeah, exactly. Your own immune system's actually attacking and breaking down tissues in your own body. You got warfare going on. Is that function? That's not normal function, is it? That's not health. You don't get sick, you do sick. Let's think about that for a second. I was around a bunch of kids, snotty kids in the nursery on Sunday, and now I've got a cold. Or how was your overall immune system when you got around those kids? Did 100% of the people that got around those kids get sick? No. Have we ever seen families with one person gets sick? One person in the family seems to get sick more often than the other kids in the family, right? What's the explanation for that? They're all drinking the same water, eating the same food, living in the same environment. So it has to be something more than just I got around these germs. What germs have you heard of? You've heard of viruses, right? You've heard of bacteria. That's what we call germs. Cold is a what? Is it a bacteria or a virus? COVID-19, is that a bacteria or a virus? It's a virus. Yeah, thank you. Streptococcus, if I get strep throat, that's a bacteria. That's a streptococcal bacteria. And so if I were to ask the textbook definition of what's strep throat, It's someone that has streptococcal, they've been exposed to streptococcus, and I'm holding a seed in my hand right now called an acorn. I picked a few of these the other day. Think of a virus or a bacteria like a seed, all right? So in order to have an oak tree, we have to have a seed first, right? So what causes strep throat? A bacteria. What causes cold? Virus, right? Okay, so oak tree. Did I just plant some oak trees there?
No.
Oh, really? What? So I'm gonna expect oak trees to come up there in a couple months?
Oh, they can, yeah.
Really? Really? I don't see any soil on that floor I just threw it on. Yeah.
You infected the floor with oak seeditis.
So the lack of understanding about health is that our body mounts a resistance, and our body has an immune system. And let's go back to the planting the oak tree. It would need to be planted in good soil and under the right conditions, enough moisture, enough sunlight in the right soil at the right time of the year. We could germinate a sapling of an oak tree, right? A virus or bacteria in your body under the right conditions. You're immunocompromised, your immune system's not up to snuff, and that virus or bacteria can germinate, right? What about in a body that is, someone's been taking care of themselves and they're moving forward this way on the health spectrum? It's like throwing those seeds on the floor. They aren't gonna get sick because their body has an adequate resistance. Does that help?
Mm-hmm.
And that will explain why some of these chiropractic families that come in this office do not get sick as often. And we even hear from medical doctors, they say, you know what? The kids I see that they go to chiropractic doctors with their family do not get sick as often. So why is that? Why does the body know how to deal with infection and get over illness and also to heal? It's because your body has an inborn intelligence. Your body is smart. And we take that for granted. So you have a resource that will allow you to heal